I'm Aurora. After 5 years in marketing, I never thought I'd be sitting at my kitchen table, updating my resume for the 100th time. The company downsizing hit our department hard, and here I am, trying to piece together my next move. You know, dear, if you had listened to me about taking that accounting course instead of pursuing marketing, that's my mother-in-law, Barbara, offering her unwanted wisdom while arranging flowers in my kitchen like she owns the place. I bite my tongue, reminding myself that she's still James's mother. Mom, Aurora was one of their top performers. The downsizing wasn't her fault. At least James tries to defend me, even if his voice sounds as weak as lukewarm tea. He's always caught between us, poor guy. Have you seen the job posting at Coleman and Reed? My best friend Madison calls at the perfect moment. They're looking for a senior marketing manager. Right up your alley. Actually, I have an interview scheduled there next week. But keep that quiet, okay? I don't want you-know-who getting involved. Speaking of the devil, how's the mother-in-law situation? Still treating my house like her personal renovation project. Yesterday, she rearranged my entire home office because it had bad energy. A text buzzes in. It's Sarah, my mentor from my first marketing job. Just heard about the downsizing? Coffee tomorrow? I might have some leads. Aurora, dear, Barbara calls from the living room. I happened to mention your situation to my friend Patricia at the country club. You know, the one whose husband is on the board at Coleman and Reed? My stomach drops. You did what? I just thought she should know what a difficult time you're having. How you're struggling to find work. I'm not struggling, Barbara. I've been job hunting for 2 weeks. James, honey, don't you think Aurora should consider something more stable? Like the receptionist position at your cousin's dental office? Mom, Aurora's overqualified for that. The next morning at Starbucks, Sarah looks at me over her latte. Coleman and Reed is a fantastic opportunity, but be careful. Word travels fast in our industry. I know. My mother-in-law's already trying to network her way into my interview process. That woman's more dangerous than a broken link in a marketing campaign. Remember when she called your old boss about that promotion? Don't remind me. She claimed she was just checking if they were treating me right. My phone pings with a message from Madison. Heads up. Saw Barbara having lunch with Patricia from Coleman and Reed. Want me to do some recon? I stare at the message, my coffee going cold. 5 years of dealing with Barbara's help, and I'm still not prepared for what she might do to this opportunity. But this time, I'm not letting her win. Not when my dream job is on the line. My interview at Coleman and Reed started with a weird vibe. The HR manager, Rachel, kept glancing at her notes with this concerned look. So, about your departure from your previous position in 2020? 2020? I wasn't even working then. I was still finishing my degree. According to the information we received, you were terminated from Martinez Marketing for attendance issues? My heart stopped. That company doesn't even exist. There must be some mistake. Here's my complete work history. Rachel studied my resume, her forehead wrinkled. This is very different from what we were told. Would you excuse me for a moment? Back home, James was facing off with Barbara in our living room. You're being paranoid, Aurora. Why would I say anything to damage your prospects? Because you've done it before, Barbara. Remember the concerned call to my last boss? I was just looking out for my son's interests. Someone has to make sure his wife can maintain a proper household. Mom, that's enough. James, don't raise your voice at me. I'm only trying to help. Your wife clearly needs guidance in her career choices. My phone buzzed. A text from Madison. You won't believe this. Patricia is telling everyone at the club that you got fired from 3 different jobs. I have to go. Barbara grabbed her designer purse. I'm meeting the ladies for lunch. Aurora, dear, maybe you should consider that receptionist position. Not everyone is cut out for corporate life. The moment she left, I turned to James. Your mother is deliberately sabotaging me. She's just protective. Protective? She's telling people I'm a job hopper who got fired multiple times. My phone rang. It was Rachel from HR. Aurora, I need to be transparent with you. We received some concerning emails about your work history, but something doesn't add up. Would you be willing to come in tomorrow to clarify a few things? Who sent the emails? Patricia Henderson. She claimed to have detailed information about your employment history from a reliable source. Later that evening, James finally checked his mother's Facebook posts. His face went pale. My dear friends, please pray for my daughter-in-law, Aurora. It's so hard watching young people struggle with employment due to their poor choices. If anyone knows of any entry-level positions, she's publicly humiliating me, James. When are you going to stand up to her? What do you want me to do? She's my mother. And I'm your wife. She made up fake companies and false terminations. My phone lit up with another text from Madison. Barbara's at the club right now telling everyone you lied on your resume. But guess what? Rachel from Coleman and Reed is here too, and she looks pissed. I showed James the text. His hands were shaking. This has to stop. If she's really doing this, there's no if about it. Your mother is trying to destroy my career, and you're letting her. You won't believe what I found. Madison spread screenshots across my kitchen table. Your monster-in-law did the same thing to James's cousin Emma 3 years ago. What exactly happened? Emma was up for partner at her law firm. Suddenly, anonymous emails started circulating about her drinking problem, which she never had. Sarah walked in, waving a folder. Got something even better. Remember Thomas, James's brother? His startup didn't fail naturally. What do you mean? Barbara scared off his investors. Told them he had gambling debts. Poor guy moved to Seattle to start over. My phone lit up. Rachel from HR requesting a video call. Aurora, I've reviewed all communications regarding your application. The emails came from different addresses, but they all traced back to the same IP address. Let me guess, from the country club? Bingo. And get this. We found similar patterns of concerned citizen emails about other candidates over the years, all connected to Patricia, all containing information that only someone close to the candidates would know. James walked in, looking shell-shocked. I just got off the phone with Emma. Why didn't she tell me what Mom did to her? She was probably too embarrassed, just like your brother. Thomas, too? This is insane. Madison pulled up more screenshots. Check these out. Private Facebook messages where Barbara brags about protecting the family from bad influences. She's got a whole network of country club ladies who help her dig up dirt. Or make it up. My phone buzzed with a text from Patricia. Your MEL knows what you're doing. She's furious. Watch your back. She's threatening me now? Perfect. More evidence. Sarah was typing furiously on her laptop. Found 6 more victims of Barbara's career guidance in the past decade. All family members who didn't fit her perfect image. How did she get away with this for so long? Fear and shame. Nobody wanted to admit they were sabotaged by their own family. Suddenly, James's phone exploded with notifications. Barbara was calling, texting, and messaging him on every platform. She knows we're on to her. Look at this. Everything I did was for the family's reputation. They'll destroy our social standing. Keep screenshots of everything, Rachel advised through the video call. What she's done is textbook harassment and defamation. James, honey? Barbara's voice rang from our doorway. She must have used her emergency key again. We need to talk about your wife's vindictive behavior. Madison quickly gathered the evidence. Sarah grabbed her laptop. Rachel was still on video call, recording everything. Don't you dare hide those papers! Barbara stormed into the kitchen. I know exactly what you're doing, trying to turn my own son against me, after everything I've done to protect this family's reputation. More like destroy people's lives. James finally stood tall. I've seen the evidence, Mom. All of it. Barbara's face went from rage to panic in seconds. You don't understand. I had to maintain our family's standards. These people, they weren't good enough. The country club board has decided to terminate your membership, effective immediately. Barbara clutched her designer pearls as Patricia delivered the news in front of everyone at the weekly lunch meeting. Her precious social status, crumbling like a house of cards. But I've been a member for 20 years. You can't just... We can And we are. Interfering with hiring processes, spreading malicious lies. This isn't just about Aurora. We've uncovered everything. My phone buzzed with an email from Rachel. Position's yours if you want it. The board was impressed by how you handled this situation. Plus, your actual credentials are exactly what we're looking for. What's happening? Barbara turned to James as I read the email. Honey, tell them this is all a misunderstanding. No, Mom, not this time. Thomas is flying in tomorrow. Emma, too. We're having a family meeting about all the careers you've sabotaged. I did it because I love you. These people weren't good enough for our family. These people are our family, Mom, and you're not welcome in our house until you get professional help. Madison walked in with more news. The whole town's talking. 3 more country clubs just preemptively banned Barbara, and Patricia's husband is launching an internal investigation at Coleman and Reed about hiring interference. You ungrateful little... Barbara lunged for her phone. I'll show you what happens when you destroy my reputation. Looking for this? Sarah held up Barbara's phone. Already sent everything to your family lawyer. He's quite interested in the pattern of harassment. I've accepted the position at Coleman and Reed, I announced, watching Barbara's face turn various shades of purple. Senior marketing manager with a budget 5 times larger than my last job. You're choosing a job over family? No, Barbara. I'm choosing health over toxicity. James? Keys, Mom. House and car. Both were in our names anyway. But where will I go? Aunt Susan offered her guest house, on the condition you start therapy. 2 weeks later, I sat in my new corner office watching the city skyline. My phone lit up with messages. Thomas's new tech startup got funded. No mystery calls to investors this time. Madison. Emma's making partner next month. Firm's throwing her a party. Sarah. Mom's starting therapy next week. Real therapy, not her country club friend who calls herself a life coach. James. The board wants you to head our new digital marketing division. Seems your mother-in-law accidentally fast-tracked your career by trying to derail it. Rachel. I'm sorry for everything. You deserved better. Maybe someday. Barbara delete. Some messages don't deserve a response. My new office wall already has 2 framed items. My promotion letter and a quote James picked out. Success is the best revenge. Ready for the budget meeting? Rachel poked her head in. More than ready. Let's show them what a supposedly unemployable person can do. The view from the top isn't just sweet. It's earned. And this time, nobody can take it away from me. What would you do if you discovered that your mother-in-law wasn't just being difficult, but was actively sabotaging multiple family members' careers? Would you expose her to everyone, keep quiet for family peace, or handle it differently? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm especially curious to hear from those who've dealt with toxic in-laws. Have you ever had to choose between your career and family harmony? Also, if you enjoyed this story of standing up to toxic family dynamics, hit that like button and subscribe for more real-life drama and revenge stories. Each week, we explore different situations where people finally say enough and take back control of their lives.